Yo, what is up everybody, Chuck here, and welcome to today's Pokemon Go video. Today we're going to be counting down the top 10 rarest sightings from Pokemon Go over the past week. Now before we get into the video, I wanted to quick thank you guys so much. We hit 627,000 subscribers, and I know that's a really weird number to be proud of, but I'm proud of it anyway. So as always, if you guys have any friends who play Pokemon Go, whether it be your parents, your brother, your dog, your parrot, or their chair that you're sitting in, let them know about my channel. They might enjoy it, and we might be able to hit 1 million by the end of 2017. Without further ado, let's get into the video. We're going to kick this countdown off at number 10 with a sighting that features quite a bit of variety from John on Instagram. He ran into a Xatu, a Girafarig, a Mantine, and a Skarmory. Now hold up. I know there's a bunch of people who are going to say, Chuck, you don't call it a Mantine, it's a Mantine. Well, if you're Japanese, maybe then it's a Mantine, but for everybody else, it's okay to call it Mantine, so don't hate. Appreciate. John, awesome sighting. Thank you for sending it in. But moving on to number 9, we got a sighting from Cooper that features two of the coolest Pokemon in Pokemon Go. Now, without a doubt, the coolest ones to find in the wild randomly or by using the tracker are fully evolved starter Pokemon. So thankfully for this countdown, Cooper has two of them. That's right, Cooper ran into not only a Charizard from Generation 1, but also a Feraligatr from Generation 2. And I hope you guys like Feraligatr, because you're going to see quite a bit of him in today's episode. Thank you very much, Cooper. And on to number 8, and I just said the coolest Pokemon to find in the wild are fully evolved starter Pokemon, right? Right. We got another one. Justin ran into not only a Hoppip and a Typhlosion, but also a Donphan, one of the best Pokemon in Pokemon Go. I actually just got my first one in yesterday's video. I'm very excited about it. It's really just kind of like a glorified Rhydon, but it's still really cool. So Justin, awesome sighting. By the way, you're going to notice in this video I've got quite a few cluster sightings. That means a bunch of Pokemon spawning in one spot. Here we only have 3. What I want to do with future top 10s is mix it up a little bit. So maybe next week we'll do like a top 10 rarest cluster spawns type deal. So if you have anything like this or anything that features like 5, 6, 7 rare Pokemon spawning at one time, send it in. Now on to number 7, and to be quite honest, this should be number 1. It really is one of the rarest things that can happen in Pokemon Go. It doesn't even feature any Pokemon, but I think all of us would agree that if this happened to us, we'd be more ecstatic than finding 17 unknowns. Simon sent this beauty in, and we've had sightings before that have featured multiple evolution items, but this one not only has a Sunstone and a King's Rock, 2 evolution items, but also a 10k egg. There's a lot of you, when I do 10k egg hatchings, you say, I haven't gotten a 10k egg since March of 2011, okay? Blame Simon. He has all the evolution items and all the 10k eggs. Simon, incredible. Now on to number 6, and I told you guys you're going to be seeing a lot of Feraligatr in this episode, so here he is again. Thomas sent this sighting in that features a Houndour, which is actually pretty rare to find outside of a nest. Also a Skarmory, an Octillery, and a Feraligatr. And of course, a Pidgey, a Natu, a Weedle, and a Rattata, just to even things out a little bit. Now, we were just talking about cluster spawns, and the thing with cluster spawns is there is so much variety with them. One day that cluster may spawn a Skarmory and a Xatu and a Graveler and 2 Charmanders or something like that, and the next day it may spawn 19 Bellsprouts. We have no idea. So for something like what you're about to see to happen, it takes a lot of luck. Parth had this incredible cluster spawn that features not only a Venonat, a Zubat, and a Geodude, which we can all appreciate, but also a Chikorita. There's an Ursaring, a Pupitar, and a Magcargo. And I've talked about this before. Finding a Pupitar in the wild is almost as rare as finding an actual Tyranitar. So for all of this to happen in the same spot, Parth, you hit the jackpot. Keeping the countdown moving, at number 4, we've got a sighting that features 2 of the hardest Pokemon to catch in the wild. You guys can probably name them both. If you can, feel free to leave a comment before I show you the sighting while I'm blabbering. But honestly, the odds of catching both of these Pokemon are 8% and 1%. You combine that, you're wasting all of your balls. Because Arrow ran into a Graveler, a Dragonite, and a Togetic. Now, Togetic has a 1% catch rate. That means for every ball you throw, you have a 1% chance of catching it. For a Dragonite, you have 8%. Those odds aren't good. Arrow probably didn't catch either of them, but still, that's pretty cool. Now, moving on to number 3, we have a sighting that at face value may not look as impressive as what you've just seen, but I promise it's a little bit better than you think. Giovanni ran into the sighting. It features a Chikorita and a Bulbasaur, 2 different generation starter Pokemon, as well as a Party Hat Pikachu, a Wobbuffet, a Togetic, and a Snorlax. Now, it is a very, very good sighting, but in order to justify it at number 3, there needs to be something else to it, right? Next picture, please. There were actually 2 Snorlaxes within 6 minutes. So there were 2 Snorlaxes, a Togetic, a Wobbuffet, a couple starter Pokemon, and the Pikachu. That's pretty good. However, one of the Snorlaxes did run away, and the one that he caught was 335 CP, which is kind of embarrassing, but nonetheless, Giovanni, dope sighting. Now on to number 2, and we've been talking about the rarest Pokemon to find in the wild. I've made a video on this, and you guys know that the absolute rarest, without a doubt, in Pokemon Go from Generation 1 or Generation 2... You thought the video froze. It didn't freeze. That was just me trying to figure out what to say. But we have the sighting from Holden, and it features a Phanpy, which is rare, an Aerodactyl, and an unknown, the absolute, without a doubt, rarest Pokemon in Pokemon Go. And Aerodactyl is no joke either. It took me like 6 months to find one. Yeah, it's pretty rare. Holden, I hope you got the unknown. I hope you got the Aerodactyl, and for the sake of Donphan, I hope you got that Phanpy. Congratulations on number 2. But number 1 was a little bit tough to beat this week. Now, I told you to look out for a couple more Feraligatr sightings, and here we have the last one. And I promise you, it's much more than just a Feraligatr. Enrique ran into a Miltank, a Feraligatr, and a Lapras, all on the nearby list. Could you imagine trying to hunt down a Lapras that shows up on your nearby list, and all of a sudden, a Feraligatr and a Miltank pop up? You'd just be like, oh, I'll catch you later, don't worry. I'd be buying a second phone to hire a random stranger to go catch that damn Feraligatr, okay? I'm not risking that running away from me. Thank you guys very much, and congratulations to Enrique on the number 1 spot. Remember, you guys can send in your sightings as well to my Twitter or Instagram. Links are in the description of this video. Another link you'll find in the description is one for Misplay. Now, I've told you guys about this before. It's an app that you can download, and what you do is earn units for downloading games and playing them, and you can use those units to get free Pokecoins. So check it out. Use code Chuck. I love you guys. Make sure to tell the chair and your wall about my channel. They might enjoy it. Take it easy. Peace.